So maybe you're sitting here thinking about what you're going to eat today and you have no idea. Maybe you had big plans to meal prep this week, you bought all the ingredients for these elaborate meals, and now you're staring at your fridge thinking, I don't have time for any of this. And meanwhile, there are Christmas cookies at work, treats everywhere, and you just want to make it through the next couple of weeks without feeling totally out of control. My friend, I'm going to make this so simple for you. Today we're talking about holiday meal planning that actually works, and it only takes 5 minutes a day. Welcome to the Biking Wellness Podcast. I'm your host, Stacy Smith, and I lost 50 pounds riding my bike by focusing on what my body can do. Now, I teach other women how to do the same. I am obsessed with completely flipping the script on weight loss so that we can work out to feel good and feel strong. If you are ready to stop dieting, learn how to appreciate your body, and have fun riding your bike, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. Hello, my wonderful friend. Welcome back to the podcast. And if you're just joining us for the first time, a super special and warm welcome to you. Welcome to the Biking Wellness community. Happy holidays, everybody. We are right in the thick of it right now, aren't we? Oh my goodness. And just really quick before we dive in, if you're listening to this and thinking that you just need someone to tell you what to do for the next couple of weeks, I've actually created a simple holiday game plan where I am going to create custom plans just for you. And all of it's going to be tailored to your schedule, your life. You can check the show notes for the link, or you can just send me an email at Stacy, S-T-A-C-Y, at sassy, S-A-S-C-Y.com, and just send me the word interested, and I'll send you all of the details right away. All right, let's talk about meal planning during the holidays. And I know, meal planning might sound boring or complicated or one more thing that's on your to-do list, but stay with me because this is actually the key to feeling good through the rest of December, and it only takes 5 minutes a day. Here's what I'm hearing from so many of you right now. You want to enjoy the holidays. You want to have the cookies. You want to go to the parties, and you don't want to feel guilty about the food that you're eating. But you're also tired of feeling out of control around food. You're tired of getting to the end of the day and realizing you never ate a real meal, that you grazed all day, or you ate way more treats, and you're just kind of feeling a little sick to your stomach. And the reason this keeps happening isn't because you are out of willpower. It's just because you don't have a plan. And again, I get it. You're busy. I'm telling you, I'm sitting here looking at the orange Shutterfly box of doom. You know, that box of Christmas cards that I have not addressed, that I have not even thought about yet, that I most certainly have not dropped in the mail. So I know that this time of year feels really incredibly overwhelming to you. So I just want you to understand solidarity, my friend. I get it. But this is so much simpler and so much more doable than you think it is. So by the end of this episode, you're going to know exactly how to create a simple meal plan that works for you during this busy time. You're going to understand why 5 minutes of planning each day is the secret to feeling steady instead of feeling stressed out. And you're going to have a strategy for actually enjoying holiday treats without overdoing it. So this is going to be so helpful, and it's going to be so much fun, and it's going to be something that you can take and you can implement into your life right away. And just really quickly before I get into all of the things I want to talk about today, I do also have a completely free Lose Weight Biking Quick Start Guide. You can find it at www.sassy.com/guide. That's www.sasscy.com/guide. And you can get it delivered right to your inbox. It's totally free. And I'll be super honest, you don't even need to ride bikes in order to get something out of this guide. You just need to be able to have an awesome mindset about moving your body and just kind of be willing to look at your body and look at food in a different way. So definitely check that out if you haven't done so already. Okay, let's really get into it now. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is keeping your meal planning really simple, especially during the holidays. Here's what I want you to know right off the bat. Meal planning does not need to be complicated. In fact, during the holidays, it should be the opposite of complicated. This is not the time to try new recipes, plan elaborate meals, or meal prep for 3 hours on a Sunday. My gosh, I don't know who does that. If you do it, bless you. I have never been able to do that. This is the time to keep it so simple that it almost feels boring. So let me tell you what I see happening with so many women right now. Many of us are sitting down on Sunday and planning out these beautiful, elaborate meals for the week. Some of us are even going to the grocery store and actually buying all of the ingredients for these meals and having these grand plans. And then Monday comes around, you're exhausted from work and you have a holiday party coming up and you realize, I don't have time to make this. I don't want to make this. And they don't make anything and they just grab and go and grab whatever or go through the drive-through. And then they feel guilty because they spent money on all these ingredients that they didn't use. And then they spent extra money at the drive-through. If this sounds familiar at all, I just want to kind of help you come up with a strategy for how to manage this. Here's what I do. It literally takes me 5 minutes at the beginning of each day. I grab my notebook and I write down the letters BLSDD. That's for breakfast, lunch, snack, dinner, and dessert. And next to each one, I just write down a super simple plan for what I'm planning to eat that day. I don't put down quantities. I don't put down anything elaborate. It'll just be like B, wrap, L, soup, piece of chocolate, S, snack mix, meat stick, that sort of thing. Like keep it so simple. It doesn't even take me 5 minutes anymore, honestly. It's just my meal plan for the day. The idea is that we are setting an intention for the day and saying, this is what I am planning to eat today when I am using the thinking part of my brain, not the toddler part of my brain that just wants a cookie, that just wants a snack, that just wants to go through the McDonald's drive-through. Like I have done so many times. So, my breakfast is the same every single day during the holidays and actually all year long, to be honest with you. I have a wrap with some kind of chicken, vegetable, and that's it. I don't even think about it. It's just automatic. My lunch is the same, either leftovers from dinner or soup that I bought at the grocery store. And yes, I bought the soup. I will be buying soup for the next couple of weeks. When I have time, I make soup from scratch. But when I don't, I just buy like the pre-made soup at the grocery store. It's easy and it keeps me from skipping lunch and it keeps me on track. It keeps me from going and buying a massive sandwich for lunch at the Jersey Mike's that I don't need, that is legitimately within walking distance of my work. So I have to kind of keep these things really simple, but when I have the intention ahead of time, I'm so much more likely to follow through with it, and so are you. My dinners are also simple during this time of year. It's stuff that I can make without even looking at a recipe. Those recipes, those things you make that you have on autopilot, that's pretty much all I make during this time of year. Don't have to get fancy or anything like that. It's just food that you know how to make, and if you're worried that it's not healthy enough, just have a salad with it. That's what I do as well. I fill half my plate with salad and vegetables every single dinner, and then I get, my vegetables and my salad in. So that helps me to not overeat. And I also plan my snacks. I plan my dessert, and I have snacks and dessert every day. Sometimes my dessert is just a chocolate mint, but it's still some kind of dessert because that's what I like. It's what feels nice and fun and a special little thing to do for me. Not all food has to be fuel. Food can be just enjoyment too. Maybe you have Christmas cookies already and you're having a Christmas cookie after dinner or even a couple of them. That's fine. That's great. That's actually freaking awesome. All you have to do is just make sure that you plan it. 5 minutes at the start of each day, same breakfast and lunch every day if you can. It's totally fine. It's smart. It's easy. One less thing to think about. Use shortcuts during the season. The rotisserie chicken is my best friend during this season. Keep things super easy. Stick to those dinners you can make without a recipe. This isn't the time to feel like you have to try new things. And just write it down. The act of writing down what you're planning on eating each day is so helpful and so important. So meal planning doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be elaborate. Just take those 5 minutes and write it down in a notebook. Now, here's the thing. When you have this simple plan in place, you also need to match your food to what you're actually doing that day. So let's talk about that. We want to match our food to our movement. And what I mean by this is and I screwed this up yesterday, I will wholeheartedly admit, if you are doing a lot of movement, you are going to need more food either that day or the next day. So yesterday I did a 45-minute Peloton ride. It was a Taylor Swift Eras Tour ride. It was so good. And it actually was really hard and it took a lot out of me. And as a result, I was much hungrier during the second half of the day than I had planned for. Now, luckily, I realized this was happening and going on. And I was just like, oh, okay, I'm going to probably need more pizza than I actually planned. And I just ate more pizza and I didn't beat myself up over it. But I am telling you, me of 5 years ago would have been like, what the heck is the matter with you? You've already had your pizza. You can't have any more food. And I would have had this whole like mental kind of game with myself where I was beating myself up over the fact that I was still hungry. So one of the biggest mistakes that we tend to make during the holidays and all of the year long actually is not thinking about how much actual moving of our body we need. When we move our body more, we need more food. Additionally, if you're moving your body towards the end of the day, it might be that you need more food the following day, not necessarily that you need more food that night. You might not be hungry for it yet, but you might wake up ravenous because you had a lot of movement the night before. So if you're doing those kinds of things and you're not thinking about movement or you're beating yourself up because you're hungry, then you just want to make sure that you're a little bit kinder with yourself. So when you're putting that plan together in the morning, think about the type of movement that you're going to be doing. Maybe you're getting in a bike ride, or you're doing some strength training, or you're running around shopping all day. Running around shopping all day is probably one of those most draining things that we can do. That is work. That is movement. Do not try to convince yourself that it's not real movement if you aren't doing an official workout, because it actually 100% is. So when you're not moving your body as much, you're not going to need as much food. On the days where I'm just going to work and I'm going straight home and I'm making dinner, I don't need nearly as much food on a day like that as I do on a day where I've done a pretty intense 45-minute indoor bike ride. And that works and is the same for you as well. Check in with yourself every morning when you're putting together this plan, and also ask yourself, how much am I moving today? Is this going to be a big movement day? This is going to help you plan appropriately so that you can feel your body. If you're active, make sure that you're eating enough. Make sure that you're not trying to restrict. Make sure you're fueling for that activity. And then likewise, if you're not moving as much, don't eat when you're not hungry. That's another big thing, is that if you're not hungry and you really haven't been moving all that much, you might want to delay when you're eating until when you actually are hungry. And ask yourself, am I hungry, or am I just bored or stressed, or this just is the time that I normally eat? This is huge. This is a great way to kind of stay in touch with yourself and your body through the holidays. It's not about restricting. It's just about not eating what you don't actually want or need. So when you match your food to your actual activity level, you are going to feel so much better. You're not under eating and then feeling exhausted, and you're not overeating and feeling stuffed. You're fueling appropriately for what your body is actually doing. And that makes all the difference. Okay? So now let's talk about the thing I know you're all wondering about. And that is, what about all of those Christmas cookies and holiday treats? How do you actually eat just one or two instead of eating all? Well, there's a lot here, okay? There's a lot for us to unpack. So let's kind of be taking a step back here and think about rewiring our brain to understand why we feel like we have no control over the holiday treats. This is actually so pertinent right now. I had someone in my Facebook group today ask, how do we only eat just one cookie? How do we enjoy Christmas treats and holiday treats without eating all of them? And I love this question because this is something that is so real and something that all of us are facing. We all want to enjoy the treats, but we don't want to feel like we're out of control. So here's what I want you to understand. It's all about how you approach the treats. I will be really honest with you. When it came to Christmas cookies, my whole kind of way of thinking about them was, these are bad for me. I can't eat that many. Oh my gosh, I can't lose control. I shouldn't be eating them. And you know what? I was right. I had no control. I couldn't stop eating them. And it was because that was the story that I was telling myself about the Christmas cookies. When you tell yourself something is bad, that is off limits, you end up giving that thing all of the power and taking it away from yourself. You think about it all day. And then when you finally give in and you have the cookies, you eat way more of them thinking that, I'm being bad anyway. I might as well have all of them, or I'm never going to let myself have these again. So I might as well just go face first into the pile of them right now. I might as well eat them all. But here's what changed everything for me. I started planning my Christmas cookies, my treats. I decided in the morning, you know what? I'm going to have 2 cookies after dinner today. and it's going to be great. And I would eat my regular meals. I'd eat everything that I had planned. And then after dinner, I have my 2 cookies. And when I wanted to have more of them, I told myself, like, you know what? You can have more tomorrow. You can plan more tomorrow. You can always plan more food tomorrow. You don't need to have it right now. You can sit down and enjoy the 2 cookies that you planned. Really enjoy them. Really savor them. Let yourself eat them without feeling guilty. And when you're done, just be like, you know what? That was great. And I can have more tomorrow. They're going to still be there tomorrow. But right now, I had what I planned, and that's enough. And now, you know what? Even if you still eat more, the fact that you're starting to get in the habit of checking in with yourself about eating more and talking nicely to yourself about it and saying, you know what? I really want one more cookie right now. And I'm going to have one more cookie, and I'm not going to feel bad about it. And it's going to be okay. And I can plan more tomorrow. It doesn't mean I can't have any tomorrow, or I can only have one tomorrow and not 2. Like, I'm going to give myself an additional cookie today without guilt and without beating myself up. This helps us to not obsess over the food, to give ourselves permission to eat it. And when we have permission to eat food that we love and we eat that food regularly, we are so much less likely to overeat it because it's just something that we do. We just check in with ourselves. We eat what we want. And when we find that we're eating more than what we had planned, you recognize it and you just kind of say, like, what am I doing? Like, am I actually still hungry? Or do I just want more? Does it just taste so good? Do I actually need more dinner? Do I need more sustenance because I didn't eat enough, like protein or vegetables and carbs during my dinner? Ask yourself, get curious about it and just be like, oh, okay, maybe I need to do something a little bit differently tomorrow. Like, now I know for the next time I do a 45-minute bike ride in the morning, I'm going to be a lot more hungry as the day goes on than I normally am. And just be aware of that and handle that without beating yourself up. So stop telling yourself that treats are bad. Treats are just food. They're food that you like, food that you enjoy. They're delicious. When we label food as bad, we give it a lot more power than that food ever should have. And plan your treats. Be incorporating them into your plan so that they aren't this forbidden thing that has all of this control over you. Have them every day if you want. Tell yourself, you know what? I can have more tomorrow. I don't need to eat all of these today because I can have them tomorrow. And Christmas cookies aren't going to be around for 6 months. They're only going to be around for 2 weeks. And it's probably okay if I have a couple additional cookies during these 2 weeks. Also, think about, getting that healthier food in, those healthier choices in first. Don't skip meals because then you're going to be so much more likely to eat all of the Christmas cookies and then not feel great because you ate a bunch of stuff that your body doesn't really want right now. So those are some things that you have to kind of think of. And when you've had what you planned, remind yourself always, you know what, I can have more tomorrow. This is key. Just recognize the difference between hunger and the emotional eating that you're doing. And again, if you had more, just give yourself a little bit of grace. The fact that you checked in is progress. Tomorrow is another chance. And what I want you to hear is that you can enjoy these treats. You don't have to be perfect. And when you plan them, when you incorporate them into your day-to-day, instead of treating them like this forbidden fruit, then you are taking the power back away from the food. And that's when you get to enjoy the holidays without feeling out of control. So those are my 3 big strategies. Simple meal planning. Keep it super simple. Make sure you're matching your food to your movement. And make sure that you're planning your treats. Make sure that you're planning the stuff that you really want to enjoy and letting yourself actually enjoy it. Let's recap what we've covered today. Keeping meal planning simple, especially during the holidays, is key. 5 minutes at the start of each day, write down BLSDD, and think about and consider having the same thing for breakfast, lunch, if that makes things easier for you. Second, match your movement to your food. Check in every morning. Ask yourself, how active am I going to be today? How much food do I need to fuel that kind of activity? So this is about appropriate fueling, not about restricting our bodies and feeling like we're undoing all the hard work we did because we had more food. Next, I want you to make sure that you are planning treats and that you're letting yourself actually enjoy them. Stop telling yourself they're bad. Decide what you're having, when you're having it. Have these treats every day if you want. tell yourself, I can always plan for this tomorrow. And then what might happen is tomorrow might come around and you might be like, I don't actually want this treat anymore. I made some brownies this week. I haven't eaten any of them. I just haven't been in the mood for brownies. I made them for my family and I've been having a piece of chocolate after dinner this week because that's what I really want. So also kind of check in with yourself and eat what it is that you actually want. And here's what I want you to really take away from this episode. 5 minutes of meal planning each day is the key to feeling good. It really is. It takes the stress out of food decisions, helps you enjoy the treats without overdoing it, and keeps you from feeling like in January you're going to have to start all over. This is really simple and really doable, and this really does work. Here's the thing though, if you are sitting here and you're thinking, Stacey, this sounds great, but I need help. I need help actually doing this. I need someone to tell me what to eat. I need someone to help me figure out when to move my body, how to fit it in, how to make this actually work in my life. This is exactly why I created the Simple Holiday Game Plan. For just $47, I am going to personally sit down with questions that I've asked you and create a custom 2-week plan just for you. It's not going to be a template. It is going to not be generic. It is going to be just for you. A plan specifically built for your schedule, your goals, your life right now. You're going to get a realistic movement plan, simple food ideas, a strategy for how to handle the holiday treats, which we've talked about a little bit today, and what to do if you get off track, like what to do if you go off the rails a little bit. And you're also going to get email and text support from me through December 31st. So I'm going to send you a questionnaire. You fill it out. Within 24 hours, you have your personalized plan in your inbox. No fluff, super simple. We don't have time for a lot of nonsense during the holiday season. And then I'm here to support you with any questions you have, with anything you need help with through the rest of the month. Just imagine having someone who can tell you exactly what to focus on for the next 2 weeks with your goals in mind, with what you need and with what you want, what you should let go of, what you should focus on, all of it tailored just to you. You don't have to figure this out all alone. I am here to help you and support you. Let me help you and support you. So if you are listening to this in real time, if this is December of 2025 and you want this additional help and support, you just have to check out the show notes for the link or email me at stacy@sassy.com. Just email me the word interested. It's stacy@sasscy.com, and I'll send you all the details. And it's just $47 for 2 weeks of custom support. Honestly, it might be the absolute best gift you give yourself this December so that you can hit the ground running in 2026 and not feel like you are behind. And my friend, if this episode was helpful for you today, I would love it for you to share with a friend who might need to hear it too. You can screenshot this episode and share it on Instagram. You can tag me at Sassy Cycling, SASCY Cycling, and I will absolutely send you some love right back. And if you haven't already, please also hit subscribe. Please also follow the show wherever you get your podcasts so you don't miss another episode. Thank you so much for being here, my friend. I am so grateful for you. I am so grateful that you listened. I'm so grateful that you are here. Take those 5 minutes today. Write down your plan. Write down your food plan and give yourself a little love and a little grace. Remember, you've got this, and I'm here, and I'm rooting for you, and I'm here to support you every step of the way. Talk soon. Thank you so much for joining me for this episode of the Biking Wellness Podcast. Be sure to head on over to sassy.com/guide, SASCY.com/guide, to get my completely free Lose Weight Biking Quick Start Guide so that you can get started with simple, doable weight loss today. That's SASCY.com/guide.